Welcome to Illuminati Silver. We tell you the truth about silver. Today is Wednesday, the 5th of June 2019, and we're discussing the recent decline in the value of the US dollar, and whether it is likely to continue declining or resurrecting in the not too distant future. Yesterday, we saw the US dollar value fall against the basket of 6 rival currencies, with the dollar index being down some 0.09% lower at 97.05. Listeners to our channel will be very aware that the dollar index closed last Friday at 97.75, and so it has fallen 0.7 since then. At the time of producing this podcast, though, the index is 97.24, recovering slightly. But why did we see such a fall? And what effect is it having on gold and silver prices? Well, yesterday the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, alluded to the possibility of an interest rate cut in the face of economic risks, including the global trade war. He commented briefly during a speech on monetary policy issues that the US central bank will respond, quote, as appropriate, unquote, to trade and other headwinds. He added that the Fed was, quote, closely monitoring the implications, unquote, of the trade dispute that has, since the Fed's last meeting, disrupted global bond and equity markets and posed risks to the United States and world economic growth. Now, these comments followed a fall in the dollar value on Monday to a 5-month low against the Japanese yen, and so of course forex traders were already on edge before Powell spoke. These concerns were further exasperated when figures on Monday showed that national factory activity dropped to the 31-month low in May. On Tuesday, the Commerce Department reported that new orders for US-made goods fell in April, and shipments dropped by the most in 2 years, indicating continued weakness in manufacturing that could undercut the broader economy. Now, in itself, to be fair, these moves are not that dramatic. But when these concerns follow President Trump's surprise tariff threat on Mexican imports, removal of import-favored status for India, and ever-increasing tensions with China, who are retaliating against further tariff increases, it is not surprising that markets, traders, investors and bankers, not to mention businesses, are indeed concerned. Now, in US dollar terms, gold is up some $26 at $1,331 since market opening this week. And silver is up 29 cents and currently stands at $14.87. We knew something was up, though, even without seeing the economic data, because all of the pumpers have been out in force, now calling for $100 silver or $150 silver, with gold about to take off to the moon and, of course, the imminent dollar collapse. Well, let's put all of this into perspective. The dollar index today is still higher than it was in January, and gold is standing at the same level it peaked to in February. And silver prices have only rebounded to the same level they were at the beginning of May. Now, all of this is against a backdrop of trade tensions and threats around the globe, potential military crisis with Iran and North Korea, not to mention with China, Congress on the verge of potentially deciding whether to attempt to impeach the president or not, and economic figures showing that the world is most definitely in a phase of global growth slowdown. And the best so far gold and silver can rise is to levels achieved just a few months ago. And the dollar index is still holding relatively firm. Now, of course, we have more economic data due out later this week, with trade deficit figures due tomorrow and non-farm payrolls on Friday, which is an important day. And these could make a difference, and may indeed see a further firming of gold prices at least. Dollar collapse, though? No. Fed interest rate cut? Perhaps, but later in the year. Also, stocks are broadly up a little today. And this is when the news is virtually all bad. That said, at least it appears that President Trump has had a successful visit to the United Kingdom. And if these tariff threats are resolved, do not be surprised to see the dollar rise again and equity markets have a further blip upwards. Of course, if they are not, then we still do not foresee prices going to the moon, but at least holding firm with a small upward bias. Friday, of course, will tell us more. We can comment further then. What are your thoughts? Are we about to face this imminent dollar collapse that the Schiffs and other pumpers of this world have been forecasting? Is that dawn now upon us? Or is this another false dawn for those who relish the prospect of seeing their gold and silver prices rise to the moon? We hope you have found this video interesting and informative, and if so, please give it a thumbs up and share it on social media. Please ensure that you have subscribed to our channel and press the bell sign so that you are notified of any future videos. Also, kindly visit our website at illuminatisilver.com, and if you haven't already done so, please subscribe either as a free or paying member for regular email updates and offers. Disclaimer: Illuminati Silver owners come from a background of banking, international wealth management and economics. Having now retired from these worlds, we are not qualified to give investment advice. Therefore, this and other productions must not be deemed to be giving such advice and merely represent the personal views of its owners.